I said to my husband, wouldn't it be wonderful if we could build a little Black History library? And he agreed. It's a labor of love. I feel peaceful here. Well, I think Missouri has a rather special place in terms of racism. And Ferguson showed us that, and the University of Missouri showed us that. I just think it needs to be told, that people need to know about it. This is our background in Missouri. We need to learn about it, embrace it, and help any way that we can. We should all be brothers and sisters now. The skin color should not make any difference at all.
The slave cabin.
Mm-hmm.
That was your idea.
Mm-hmm.
When did you get this idea?
Last November.
Last November.
It occurred to me, I ain't getting anywhere with a Black History library.
So you were trying to fuel
Get
some interest.
people involved and
Yeah.
think about how slavery used to be and applaud the journey of courage. And I have a wonderful workman. He's worked for my late husband and I for at least 15 years. He did all this. And so he found an old barn in Bunston and he thought would be perfect. I have this picture of an actual slave cabin, and from what I know, they're just, I don't think they had any chairs or anything else, but I wanted to use it as a document of their life and their courage. I wanted to be able to display their history, and I thought the inside of a slave cabin was very appropriate for that. Slave cabin cost another $25,000. I'd say we have about $175,000 in everything.
For the land and the construction of this building, the slave cabin, and to
We have a
Stop.
shed out and back, and then we have raised beds for all the heritage crops out of the railroad ties. A couple of carloads of young black men came by screaming they were going to burn it down.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What did this?
Well, they seemed to object to the sign I had made and put up there. This is the slave cabin. Make peace with your past and move on.
Why do you think they took offense at that?
Well, I haven't been able to talk to any of them because they won't talk to me, but I kind of communicate with the father of one of them, and I think what's there is, of course, a large amount of anger. Nobody's ever apologized for all what I went through in my past, and danged if I'm going to move on.
How many people do you get to come over here?
the White Very few.
Very few.
Said, well, it's
How many? You get
different. Two a week.
2 a week. You probably thought you were going to get more.
No, I didn't.
You didn't.
I didn't know what I was going to get, but I didn't have any great expectations. I was sitting here one afternoon, and I had a white lady who was coming in occasionally to help me, and then I had a student worker, white. And the three of us were sitting here one afternoon, maybe about a year ago. Suddenly the door bursts open, and here comes in this vigorous, vibrant black woman. And she looked at us and she said, "Tell me, what three white women are doing starting a Black History library?" And I said, "I don't have the foggiest idea."
Well, but now that you've had time to ponder that question, is your answer a little more detailed now?
Out from working
Why did
in the field.
why did this white woman start this?
I think it was to discover, present, and honor the Black history of Sedalia. I never had any great hopes of it, of people just desperate to come and see all this, because it's something you don't really want to see, but you need to see it. It's just such a hard subject, race is.
And then to finish here.
Just a real toughie.